They carved them over centuries, but what they placed beneath them might be the real story. Not a tribute, not a symbol, but a jail, a seal, something meant to keep the silence in, and those who look down may wish they hadn't. Easter Island, Rapa Nui, a remote speck in the Pacific. Over 1,000 colossal stone moai stand guard, heads turned inland, backs to the sea, as if watching something never meant to escape. For generations, they've been called monuments to ancestors, symbols of prestige, artistic triumphs, relics of a flourishing past. But what scientists are uncovering now isn't tribute, it's terror. Because beneath the moai, under the volcanic tuff, something else is buried. In 2023 and 2024, archaeologists made a small but startling find. A new moai statue, relatively modest in size, about 1.6 meters, emerged from a dry lake bed inside the Rano Raraku crater. That alone might seem minor, a buried moai here and there. But what this implies is far bigger, the possibility that many moai remain undiscovered, hidden under sediments, reeds, even under shallow water. It's not just what lies above that's important, it's what lies below. Rano Raraku is the quarry that produced nearly all the moai. Hundreds still exist there, some unfinished, some partially buried. Moai come in many forms, with pukao, top knots, coral eyes, carved bodies. Many are partially buried. The soil and silt have swallowed shoulders, torsos, sometimes more. Size matters. Some moai toppled, some left unfinished, tools abandoned. These weren't isolated works. They were part of a massive, coordinated effort. While we dig into the past, new threats loom. Rising sea levels might threaten some of the moai platforms, especially Ahu Tongariki, by 2080. Modelers warn seasonal waves could inundate or damage many statues. The recently found moai in a dried lake bed shows that environmental changes and sediment shifts are uncovering what was once hidden, and perhaps burying other evidence still. These are warnings. Time is not only revealing secrets, it may be erasing them. Here's where things go dark. What if the moai weren't just eyes turned inward as guardians of the island? What if they were placed as seals, caps on something beneath the earth? Something dangerous, something alive or powerful. Let me lay out the speculative pieces. The fact that many moai are partially buried and new ones continue to emerge from unexpected sediment zones suggests there's a deeper strata of the island still unexplored. Moai often stand on ahu, ceremonial platforms. Many ahu have burial chambers underneath or built into them. These spaces might hide tunnels or chambers not yet mapped. Archaeological accounts confirm burial chambers in some ahu during the Middle Period. Some patterns, statues aligned along fault lines or geomagnetic hotspots. While no definitive source confirms magnetic anomalies under all statues, there is talk among local researchers that certain ahu seem to resonate or feel different. Sound behaves oddly near them. If you imagine each moai statue as part of a capstone, a block sealing a fragile structure underneath, perhaps lava tubes, caves, or voids, then the statue's size, weight, and orientation aren't just symbolic. They become functional. The 2023 discovery, the small moai in the dry lake bed, supports this. A statue previously hidden under reeds and water in a crater. Its presence points to a broader archaeological hidden archive, statues and structures that are submerged, buried, or forgotten. If one statue was hidden there, many others may be. This means there could be seal structures placed in locations no longer accessible or visible. Combine the sealing theory with climate risk. Sea level rise threatens coastal ahu platforms. If the seals near shorelines break or topple, they might release pressure, metaphorically or literally, from what's underneath. Sediment shifts due to flooding, droughts, changing water tables might erode buried supports, exposing hidden voids. The newly exposed moai in the crater suggests drying lakes can reveal what was once sealed. What happens when water returns, or when sediment shifts? Legends of Rapa Nui speak of the moai walking, of mana, spiritual power, being channeled through them. Some say the statues watched not the sea, but the interior, guarding something under the ground. Ho'ahakananaya, one famous Moai, originally had carvings on its back depicting the Birdman cult. It may tell of overlapping spiritual systems and perhaps shared rituals connected with what lies buried. Oral traditions also recount times when certain statues were toppled deliberately or painted and treated with fear. Some rites may have been destructive, not out of hate, but out of caution. Based on new Moai finds in sediment zones, burial chamber evidence in Ahus, and incomplete statues at the quarry, it's plausible there are underground or submerged chambers beneath many Moai we thought just stood. Some may be natural caves enlarged, others carved, reinforced. These might have been sealed intentionally centuries ago. The Moai may have functioned as caps over vulnerable subterranean features, caves, lava tubes, or even water sources. Built heavy, positioned precisely, oriented inland. Perhaps lightweight supports possibly to compress or contain something inside. Rapa Nui society might have believed that beneath the ground there was something dangerous, spiritual or physical, that needed containment. The environmental stories, drought, deforestation, collapse, might have mixed with spiritual fear to produce rituals aimed at sealing. Moai may have been part of those rituals. When the belief that the seal was failing arose, statues were toppled, rituals intensified, people fled. The statue building ended abruptly, perhaps not just for ecological or social reasons, but because of that fear. Some whisper that seismic sensors on Easter Island occasionally record vibrations of unknown origin, low-frequency resonances in lava tubes linked to Ahu clusters. These are not clearly explained by natural geology. If some chambers under Moai are hollow, or contain unusual materials, or are voids that alter sound, then the Moai's presence and mass could modulate or control vibrations. Could the Moai be part of an ancient system to suppress underground rumblings, tectonic pressure, or volcanic activity? Or something else people long forgot but feared? What confirmed? A newly discovered Moai in Dry Lake Bed, 2023, shows more Moai are likely buried or hidden. Burial chambers in some Ahu in Middle Period, per Britannica, where statues stand over resting places. Incomplete Moai in the Rano Raraku quarry, some left unfinished due to hard rock or other obstacles. Threat from climate change. Rising sea levels could inundate many Moai platforms, especially at AHU Tongariki. Whether the sealed chambers beneath Moai contain sacrificial remains, or are empty, or contain unknown materials. Whether acoustic anomalies exist broadly or consistently under Moai at night or under certain conditions. Whether Moai alignment with fault lines or magnetic anomalies is intentional or coincidental. Whether societal collapse was triggered by environmental stress, or by spiritual panic, or both. What happens if we are wrong? If these assumptions hold, disturbing a Moai could risk exposing what's underneath. Erosion, storms, human interference could break seals. Statues fallen or damaged may no longer function as intended. The containment might be compromised. As sea levels rise, coastal Moai might be lost, along with their role as caps. The loss could be irreversible. So here's what I want you to think about. Are the Moai guardians or jailers? What did the Rapa Nui people really believe? What might be buried under the island that many think is just myth? And as climate change accelerates, will we see the Moai reveal everything or lose everything? Because one thing is clear, the Moai aren't what we thought. They were never mere statues. They were part of a system, a seal, a warning, and possibly a curse. If you want to go deeper, check out the latest aerial LiDAR scans, drone mapping projects, and indigenous testimony that may yet reveal more hidden Moai or unknown chambers. Leave your thoughts below. Do you believe in the sealing theory, or is it all dramatic speculation? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because the next time an ancient statue trembles, you'll want to be here.